Hello and welcome to Ask Dr. Monica, space dedicated to use our daily life as our spiritual practice. So every experience can be empowered and seen from the higher perspective that has a deep meaning for your own opening, awakening, and realization in this life. So let's go for it. I want to say thank you for all the questions that I'm receiving here, and today we have one that is anonymous, but I think is super interesting, and I love to see what comes in the answer of this question. It says, I don't understand self-love. Can you explain the concept of self-love? I feel that it's selfish, and I always thought that being selfish was wrong. Thank you, Dr. Monica. Well, thank you. Thank you for the question. What a powerful question and a great opportunity to inquire, okay? So I'm going to say something here, but what is important is for you to check if that resonates with you and how you can really open up to self-love, to really love yourself, okay? So for me, it says, can you explain the concept of self-love? So self-love, I want you to understand that the first relationship that you have in this dimension, in this life, in this experience of now, is you. So let's say that we surrender to the idea that you are an extension of Source. So Source expresses itself through you, and the first relationship that encounters is you, is yourself. So there is nothing that you can offer to the outside world that you have not in your inside world. You start to create from what you have inside. So the concept of self-love is to love who you are. And of course, it's super easy to love yourself when you are happy, beautiful, you know, like everything is going well, and the real lesson of love appears when you are not so happy, when you are, you know, like I call sometimes smelling bad, and you are in your shadow self, you know, and there is where we have the deepest lessons of love. So to love yourself, we are going to start to love the self that you perceive here, because maybe you don't know yet who you truly are in essence. This loving presence that surrounds you, that fuels you, you know, the divine intelligence, God, presence, doesn't matter how we call it, but you know, that self, capital letters, maybe you're not aware yet of that, but I know that through loving your little self, your ego self even, you know, your fears, your conditionings, your wounds, your journey, through loving that you here, okay, that self, lowercase, let's say, you arrive to the higher self. You arrive to be who you truly are because you are love, okay? So when we ask here, you know, it feels that it's selfish, and I always thought that being selfish was wrong. And I agree with this, you know, like I thought so that too. And it's interesting, you know, how we were educated. I think that from the consciousness of separation, okay, to really separate ourselves and to start to sense, you know, the lack of worthiness, for you to have your own attention, for you to feel good, is almost like, what are you going to offer to the world, okay, is what you are vibrating. So if you are not in communion with yourself, if you are not gentle, loving with yourself, there is no way that you can be gentle and loving with your neighbor. Remember that sentence that says you will love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? It's literal. You cannot love 1 inch more, okay, than the love that you allow to vibrate in this body temple, in your expression right here. So the concept of selfish can feel very uncomfortable at the beginning of this journey of love, and but you know, it's important to understand that. It's like how are you going to take care of anything else if you ignore yourself, if you are, like really trespassing you? Well, you probably get that from the outside world in. So it's super important to feel maybe the discomfort at the beginning, that yes, maybe it feels selfish, but I remember how I like it to say in the Goddess Inspiration workshops that I teach, to women, is like, okay, these 6 months that we are going to be together here, I want you to be selfish. I want you to fish yourself, capital letters. I want you to be here for you. It's like, there is, until you feel the call, let's say, the important stuff is going on outside, but when you start your awakening journey, the important part is inside. Is your own realization is the one that you offer to your world, okay? So get, I will say, comfortable or allow the discomfort of feeling selfish because you are taking care of yourself. There is nothing more powerful and even more empowering to others, okay, than to allow people to be themselves and to do things for themselves that helps them to feel good. You need to start doing that for yourself, okay? It's like I cannot inspire you to feel good, do whatever brings you joy here if I don't do that. So I touch you more from my vibration than from my words that I know. So I express myself through my vibration, through my energetic being here. And the more I am in my well-being, the more I vibrate in this super love opening, we'll see how that love will express to others. It's not a mental thing that you need to control or anything like that. But until now, I can understand that we were more mental, we were, more trapped into this separated consciousness. So the first thing that you do as a consciousness will be to separate yourself from this self, so you feel super alone and you are lost, So to love yourself is to really find that passion for your inner realization, your inner discovery, self-discovery, okay? And then to apply what you discover here is like this presence that allows you to be, that gives you the total permission to be wherever it is that you are, from feeling happy to feeling sad, angry, despair, whatever it is that you're going through. If you relate with yourself from that presence, that is love. So promote that in you, the gentleness, the support, the empowerment, the companionship that you need, the intimacy that you need with yourself. Start with you. That for me is self-love. To be gentle with you, to understand you, to listen to you, to take the time to get clear inside what is really going on, what can I do to support myself. And when that attitude runs almost on automatic in you, okay, then you catch yourself that you can do that with your neighbors, okay, with your family, with your friends. Is an extension, is not something that you need to do because that's the good thing to do, and if you don't do it, then you go to hell, okay? I think we let that understanding far beyond right now. We are really awakening to our true nature here, and yes, maybe in the beginning you can feel this discomfort of interpreting that if you take care of yourself, it's selfish because you are not taking care of others. But I guarantee that the more you take care of yourself, the more comfortable you are in you, the more you are going to trust the inner power that every other human being has. No one needs to be rescued here or, protected or saved from anything. When the time is ready, here you do your inner journey, and then you take care of yourself, and you start to offer to the world this sense, of trust, of possibility, of power, of permission to be you fully, because divine intelligence or God or loving presence orchestrates everything for the benefit of all. So it's not because you get something that the other person is going to lose something, okay? That's old consciousness. I would love to get questions about prosperity, to see if we can really understand that you have the entire right to be whole and complete, that is who you are, okay? Here and now, in this body, in this moment, in this dimension. So take care of yourself and practice to be gentle with you, to do things that you enjoy, to talk in a way that nurtures you, that supports you. Be your own source of love for yourself, because that is who you are. Thank you so much. Remember that if you want to deepen in, you have another question about this topic, or you want to send me other questions here, to write at ask@drmonica.com, doctormonica.com, and I will answer your email, okay? Thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week.